Randolph Scott, one of Hollywood's most enigmatic and quietly commanding stars, known for his stoic presence and unparalleled Western performances, lived much of his life under a veil of discretion, maintaining a public persona that was composed, private, and seemingly unflappable. But now, decades after his passing, the discovery of a personal note he left behind has unveiled a side of him the world never saw, revealing not just his innermost thoughts but the complexities of a man who navigated fame, artistic ambition, and personal struggle with a remarkable combination of dignity and restraint, because while audiences celebrated him for films like Ride the High Country and The Tall T, and admired his ability to embody the quintessential Western hero with quiet moral authority, few understood the emotional weight and personal sacrifices that defined his career. And the note, discovered among his personal papers by family members, provides insight into the loneliness, introspection, and deeply held convictions that shaped both his life and his craft, showing a man who, despite the public adoration and critical acclaim, wrestled with questions about authenticity, legacy, and the true meaning of success beyond box office numbers and fanfare. And what makes this revelation even more striking is how it reframes our understanding of Scott's choices on and off screen, including his famously private nature, his selective approach to roles, and his meticulous attention to the moral complexity of the characters he played, which now, in light of the note, appear to reflect not just professional instinct but personal philosophy, a deliberate effort to align art with lived experience and to preserve a sense of integrity in an industry that often demanded compromise. And the note also hints at his awareness of mortality and the finite nature of both life and fame, expressing a desire to be remembered not for superficial accolades but for the sincerity he brought to his work, the discipline with which he approached acting, and the respect he held for colleagues and audiences alike, revealing a man who measured value not by public applause but by the quiet impact of truth, honesty, and emotional resonance in his performances. And as historians and fans pore over his words, it becomes clear that Randolph Scott's legacy is not merely that of the rugged Western hero or the consummate professional, but of an artist who understood the weight of authenticity and the importance of self-reflection, and who, even in his private writings, strove to leave a record of his beliefs, principles, and regrets in a manner that is as compelling as any scene he ever performed, ultimately changing the way we view him from a distant, untouchable icon to a profoundly human figure, whose inner life was as carefully considered and morally nuanced as the characters he brought to life on the silver screen. And this newfound understanding, prompted by the note, challenges long-held assumptions about Hollywood's stoic leading men, reminding us that beneath the polished veneer of fame often lies a life rich with introspection, ethical contemplation, and emotional depth. And in finally reading his words, fans and scholars alike gain a rare and intimate window into the truth of Randolph Scott's mind and heart, a revelation that not only changes how we interpret his career but deepens our appreciation for the men behind the legend, proving that even decades after his films first captivated audiences, Scott's personal reflections continue to resonate with timeless relevance, leaving us to reconsider the man, the myth, and the enduring power of authenticity in Hollywood history.